I'm in Alameda to vote, actually, today on January 10th. And you would say, vote, isn't the election over? Well, that election's over, but really, this election for the delegates for the 16th and the 14th district in California is really where politics begins. This is right where you are voting for people to represent your areas in the state of California in the matters of the Democratic Party elections and the activities of your elected officials in the state government. So here we go. Hey, is this for everybody?
Huh? Are you hungry?
Starving. I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is great. All right. Cool.
You don't eat. That's your fault.
I'm gonna vote first, then I'll be right back.
You gotta vote for the ball-headed guy, Dan.
You got it. I'm gonna vote first. I'll be right back.
That guy right there.
Hey, Dan, talk to me for my video about.
Hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Excellent. This is my Oakland Focus video. Tell people about why you're running, why it's important for them to vote and get involved.
Because we need good labor, progressive Democrats in the 16th Assembly District. We need diversity. We need our labor union people represented. I'm with the United Food and Commercial Workers, Local 5. We're the only union-endorsed slate today. And we're here to represent our members as best we can, and the best way to do that is for us to get involved in the democratic process so that our members and all working people can thrive.
And you're Dan Rush.
I'm Dan Rush.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, brother.
Abel J, you're one of the persons running for a delegate. Tell my viewers why it's important. It seems like a meaningless election to people around the country, but tell them why they're wrong.
Well, it's not a meaningless election because this is locally, we are the activists that help shape the Democratic Party. And without the input of regular folks getting involved, this is the entry point for folks to get involved and really shape the party. Our party sometimes, I think, lacks the disconnect between what's happening at the local level with local governments, local issues, and what's shaped at the state party. So we really need to have that nexus between both of those.
Thanks, man. Sure.
Hi, yes, my name is Frieda, Edgette, and I'm running to be a delegate to the California Democratic Party. I think it's really, really important, if this previous election cycle has taught us anything, is that there is a role and a place and a responsibility for young people to become more engaged in the political process. We need more young people represented within the party. We're the ones that are very literally invested in fixing our broken budget system, in fixing education, making sure that Iraqi veterans have comprehensive psychiatric and physical treatments, because we're the ones that are going to need to pick up the message in the future. So I'm president of the East Bay Young Democrats. I'm a co-founder and co-organizer of Mix It Up East Bay, which brings young leaders and networkers from different issue backgrounds together to discuss and motivate toward policy change. And I'm really enthused by the turnout here. It's all about getting out the vote, and it all starts local. So
What
thanks.
happens after this? What's the next step after this election is done?
So the next step is that those individuals that are elected as delegates, so essentially representatives of their assembly district, go back, caucus, and determine the platform by which the party will prioritize issues that they want to work on in upcoming years. And it also acts as a rubric and litmus test for candidates that seek the party's endorsement. So delegates do have a lot of potential power in determining that agenda, as well as holding our elected officials accountable.
On the state level.
On the state level as well as the federal level.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Esperanza Tervalon-Daumont, tell me why you're running and why this is important to you.
So I am born and raised in Oakland. I'm an Oakland native and really feel like this is a moment in history where we have an opportunity as people of color from low-income communities to be a part of something larger and to really make sure that working families and people in my community have a voice at the table and are able to influence the platform and the policies that Democrats and the Democratic Party put forth at every level of the system. And so we just wanted to make sure that we had full representation and people who really have connections to the community, and we are from the community and of the community. We want to make sure that the input from the community goes back to the party, and that the information from the party goes back to the community. So we wanted to make sure that those voices and feelings were represented. So Jakarta, Imani, and I are running for Assembly District Delegate. And we're really excited to have Sanjay Swanson's endorsement.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
He's the assemblyman, right?
He is. He's the Assembly member for Assembly District 16, which is where we're running. We also have the support of Keith Carson, Chris Worthington, City Councilman out of Berkeley, and BWAPA, Black Women Organized for Political Action. So it's been a really interesting race and an interesting time to run, and our community is excited about this opportunity. So a lot of the folks who are coming out to vote for us today are a part of the social justice movement in Oakland, and so they're people who would not otherwise be engaged with this process. And so it's a really good opportunity for those folks to understand what the processes are in the Democratic Party and to come out and have a voice. And so we're excited about that.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
Cool. There we go. All right. Joel Freid and Adam Robbie. There you go. Perfect. Is that better? Yeah. All right. Joel Freid and Adam Robbie. You guys are delegates? You're running?
Delegate candidates.
Delegate candidates. I'm being optimistic. Why are you running?
Do you want to go first, Adam?
Well, I'm running. I'm kind of new to this end of the political arena, but this last election and this last this last political process has kind of opened my eyes to how I can personally change the world that's around me. And it's since I live and work in Oakland, I'm a firefighter with the Oakland Fire Department. I see how politics affects people in the daily life, and how little things that the government is doing can make or break someone's existence. And I want to be a part of it.
Well, I'm Joel Freid, and I'm running for delegate because I want to make the Democratic Party more progressive, open to labor and young people, seniors, people of color, people from diverse backgrounds. I also support John Burton for state party chair because he has the intelligence and strong record of being inclusive and opening up the party and winning elections. After all, that's what Obama and Biden showed in the November election when my former classmate Barack Obama retook the White House for Democrats. That showed the anti-Bush backlash and that we can move forward and bring progressive values to our national, state, and local governments. And that's what I want to do as a delegate. Thank you.
All right. Now, I want to get you guys together to talk to you. What do you think about the Oakland the shooting and the riot situation, the elected official response?
I think it's terrible, and I think that there needs to be more investigation about that.
Yeah.
So,
I think as far as the elected official's response, I think it was, quite frankly, kind of pathetic. And I think that we in Oakland have a history of being reactionary politicians and reactionary politics. People need to be more proactive in how things are dealt with. And I also think most of the people that were doing the damage in Oakland were not from Oakland. They were not Oakland residents. They had no fight with BART police or OPD. They were people here looking for an opportunistic. They were looking for an opportunity to break things, and that needs to be dealt with because the people who really were affected by this, I think, were hurt and are still in pain, and they wanted to deal with it in a better way than the people who were breaking things.
So who won? Who are your group of California Democratic Party delegates? For the women, Ronnie Caplane, Alice Freid, Frieda Edgette, Sumi Paranjape, Esperanza Tervalon-Daumont, Tara Merchant Wilson. For the men, Mark Briggs, Joel Freid, Abel J, Wayne Nishioka, Dan Rush, and Jakarta Imani. Congratulations to everyone.